The small diner was busy that evening. Waitresses poured coffee, bacon sizzled on the grill, and laughter floated from nearby tables. But in one quiet corner, something powerful was happening. A little girl, no older than 6, stared at a half-eaten burger and fries on the next table. Her big brown eyes shone with hunger, and her fingers twitched, as if she wanted to reach out but held back. Her mother, a tired woman with sunken eyes and a worn coat, leaned down and whispered, "Don't look, sweetheart. We'll eat at home." But there was no food waiting for them at home. At the next table, a single dad named Ethan noticed the girl. He looked at his own son, Liam, happily eating, and something inside him twisted. He didn't know it then, but this tiny, almost invisible moment would change 3 lives forever. Ethan Matthews was a construction foreman and a widower, raising his 7-year-old son alone. Every Sunday, they came to this diner, a small ritual to honor Ethan's late wife, who loved Sunday breakfasts there. That evening, as Ethan wiped ketchup from Liam's cheek, he saw the woman at the next booth again. She tried to shrink into herself, her coat thin, her shoes wet from the rain. But it wasn't her who caught Ethan's heart. It was the little girl beside her, staring at Liam's plate like it was treasure. "Daddy," Liam whispered. Noticing, too, she looks hungry. Ethan's chest tightened. The woman saw them watching and quickly began gathering her things. "Come on, Maya," she whispered. "Let's go." They were about to leave quietly, but Ethan stood. "Excuse me, miss," he said. The woman froze, unsure. "You left something," Ethan said gently. I don't think so," she murmured. Ethan smiled. "You left your chance to have dinner with us." The woman blinked, confused. "I can't accept that." "We're fine, thank you." But her stomach growled softly, and the little girl looked up with hope. Liam tugged at Ethan's sleeve. "Please, Daddy, can they sit with us?" Ethan nodded. "Please, I insist." Slowly, hesitantly, the woman sat. She introduced herself as Rachel, and her daughter was Maya. The waitress brought another set of plates, and Ethan ordered extra food. Rachel tried to refuse, but Ethan smiled. "Don't worry. My wife used to say, food tastes better when shared." As they ate, Maya smiled for the first time in a long while. She talked about her favorite cartoons and drawing with her mom. Rachel listened, quietly holding back tears. When the meal ended, Ethan didn't ask questions or expect anything. But he pressed a folded note into Rachel's hand-a-diner receipt with his phone number. "Just in case," he said softly. "If you ever need anything." Rachel nodded, smiling weakly. "Thank you. But we'll be okay." That night, as Rachel tucked Maya into bed in their small, cold apartment, she looked at the note again. For the first time in months, she whispered a quiet prayer, not for money or food, but for hope. Days passed, then a week. One rainy morning, Ethan dropped Liam at school and saw a woman sitting outside a grocery store. She clutched a small paper bag, shivering, with a little girl wrapped in an old blanket. It was Rachel. "Ethan," she said, surprised. "I didn't want you to see me like this." He crouched down. "You shouldn't have to be seen like this." "What happened?" Her voice cracked. "I lost my job. The shelter's full. I was just waiting until Maya woke up to figure out what to do next." Ethan stood, jaw tight. "You're coming with me." "No," she said immediately. "You've done enough. People help for a moment, then regret it. I can't take that risk again." Ethan softened. "Rachel, this isn't pity. I know what it's like to lose someone, to feel alone and invisible. Let me help, please." Her eyes filled with tears. She looked at Maya, sleeping in her arms, then back at Ethan. Finally, she nodded. That night, Ethan gave them the guest room. He made hot soup, and Liam brought his favorite toy cars for Maya. The house, quiet since his wife's death, came alive again. Laughter, warmth, and a sense of family filled it. Over the next weeks, Rachel found small jobs, cleaning, organizing, helping Liam with homework. She cooked, laughed, and slowly regained confidence. Ethan smiled more, not out of politeness, but from true joy. One evening, during dinner, Maya giggled at Ethan's plate. "Daddy, Ethan," she said innocently, "you eat fries just like me." Rachel froze. "What did you call him, sweetheart?" Maya shrugged. "Daddy Ethan, because he takes care of us now." The room was silent for a moment, then filled with soft, healing laughter. Ethan met Rachel's eyes, and they knew they had moved from strangers to something much deeper, a bond built not on charity, but on compassion. Months later, Rachel found a stable job at a local community center. Ethan continued his work in construction. Every Sunday, they still went to the same diner hall, 4 of them, as a family. And every time, Ethan glanced around, just in case another little girl might be staring at someone's plate. Because sometimes, the smallest act of kindness feeds more than a stomach hit feeds a soul. Sometimes we pass people carrying invisible battles: hunger, loss, fear. One small act of compassion might not change the world, but it can change someone's whole world. Love in its simplest form is the strongest rescue of all.